have just a few students on with us. That way, if you want to come back and watch later and just review any information that we have that recording out there available for you. So before we get started talking about our ITM program, I did want to just make a couple of quick introductions. I'm Michelle Bellamy. I'm the program director for the ITM program. Marianne Lacko is also on this morning. She is our program manager. And we have two representatives from our Student Leadership Council, Rishab and Shabani. They are fantastic resources. And since we have two of you on today learning about the program, we can almost give you, we can double team you and answer your questions. So that's actually kind of exciting to have a small purposeful group. Did you guys want to say good morning really quickly? I think we've done that already, but you're welcome to introduce yourself and say hi.
Uh, hey everyone. So myself Rishabh Driver. I'm the president at ITM SLC this semester, and it's nice to meet you all. Hello.
Good morning. I'm Marianne Lacko. I manage the program, and I'm excited to meet y'all and answer any questions that you have.
Okay, well, we'll just jump right in. What I'm going to do is share my screen with you guys. Let me go over here and click present really quickly. And then I will share my screen with you and we'll go over some basic information about the program. And then hopefully we'll answer any questions that you may have. And then we'll go from there. So just let me know when you can see. Oh, it's not letting me share. Screen or window. There's just something going wrong with Teams at this moment for me. So let me try a different way. Nope, it's only doing it on SharePoint. Huh. Okay, let's try this. I love it when technology isn't our friend, right? So let's try a different way. It's doing PowerPoint Live now, so let's see if this works. Hey, how about that? Can everyone see that screen? All right, fantastic. So we'll see if this works well for us or not, and then we'll talk about those things as we go. We've already done our introductions. Our contact information, just for you if you need it, will be available at the end, and we'll make sure that we share out these slides for you so that you have all of this information. So a lot of you may be thinking about, why do I want to pivot or join a graduate level program right now? All things that you guys know, the growing demand for IT, to deepen those skills and experience that you're building on, stay competitive in the market, all really great reasons to think about joining a graduate program at this point in time. And ITM is a really great one to pick. We have a lot of things that make us very special. A huge part of our program is building those industry connections for you so that when you finish your degree, you're already very well connected and on your way to starting that career that you're looking to begin. Our students have really good success in finding their careers. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But also ITM is really special in that we allow you the ability to curate your path through the program, which is a little bit different than a lot of graduate programs. You get to pick things that align with your interests and skills that you want to develop. We do that through really cutting edge resources and hands-on application of those skills that you're learning. And all of that is delivered to you by top tier faculty. We were ranked #1 in research in 2023. So we're very, very proud of the faculty that we have here that are delivering this content to you and this experience to you. And then we back that all up with this really great, strong alumni network that is dedicated to helping you in those next steps after you finish your degree. So we're really proud of how active our alumni are and how active our students are. As I said, we have some really great rankings and outcomes to back up what we say about our program. We're currently ranked number 14th as one of the best graduate school programs, best online program for veterans, and again, our faculty are top tier, best in class. We talked a little, just I touched on a little bit about our student outcomes and the company we keep. Some of the big name employers that hire our students, Amazon, JP Morgan Chase, Deloitte, Ernst & Young, you can see those there. And I wanted to just kind of brag for a minute on our student outcomes. These numbers are based on the last 5 years of our program's existence. So $92,000 average starting salary with 90% of our graduates employed within 6 months. That is an extraordinarily respectable rate of employment. We're thrilled to be able to do that for our students. And we back that up with quite a lot of resources to help you on that path. We don't get the job for you, but we do all of the work with you to help you prepare and really make good steps forward in your career. So if that's not enough for you, then we can talk about the degree itself and what you get to choose as you're moving through that. Just a brief overview. We do offer multiple modalities. You can actually complete the entire degree online if that is what you chose to do. The cool thing about our degree, though, is we don't differentiate between online or in person. So really, at the end of the day, a lot of our students end up mixing and matching those modalities and doing things that work best for their schedule. And that's because we recognize that many of you are working professionals and you're starting your career as you're working through this degree. So we really want to give you that flexibility to choose what works best for you. And we have a huge selection of electives. There are more than 60 electives for you to pick from. So there's something for every interest and something for every skill. The degree itself is 36 credit hours. So just at a glance, there are 6 core courses that everyone is required to take and 6 elective courses. But even that has flexibility built into it. Our 3 core courses, everyone needs to take. There's not a whole lot of flexibility there. You got a couple of options, but everyone has to take those 3. And then the business foundation courses are really meant to build the depth and breadth of your business acumen. But you get to choose 3 different courses amongst 10 or 11 different business categories. And then the electives, it's all bets are off. There are 60 for you to choose from across 7 different tracks. There's no shortage of things to pick from. Again, whatever aligns with your interests or your career goals. I put this in here to kind of just give you an idea of when you start digging into the curriculum and looking at your choices. Of course, we have a professional development course that everyone is required to take. But if you've been working in the States you can often have that waived if you need to, but it's a really great course to help you build professional skills or just brush up, or if you've been working, kind of fill a gap that maybe you've been seeing. And then I've listed out our core courses for you, and then the business areas for you to choose from. Just a little bit more detail of that at a glance screen if you wanted to dig into it a little bit right now. Again, we have those tracks that you can choose from. We currently have 7. We're looking at adding an 8th called AI in Business. That'll come up here within the next calendar year. But again, these tracks are optional. We have students that are super interested in one track and they choose to take all their electives in that track. And then we have students that are interested in multiple things and they mix and match their electives amongst all of the tracks. The important thing here is that we try to organize all those 60 electives for you into content areas so that you can see which classes go where and then make good decisions for yourself. You get to choose your own adventure through the program. So often we have a lot of questions at this point in time about the core courses themselves or the business courses themselves. And then students will ask, well, can I waive this core requirement? Do I have to take this business core course? And the answer to both of those questions are yes and yes. But the idea, the structure of the degree is that we take your core classes and we lay that foundational work. And then we add the business core classes on top of it to build that breadth and depth of acumen. And those two things together create a combined impact for you to be marketable and effective in solving real world problems in industry, which is what we want you to be able to do. So in talking about those core courses, everyone has to take an object-oriented programming in Python course. You get to choose between a database foundation or data management course. And then everyone has to take a system analysis and project management course. Those are really building those essential skills that we talked about in ITM to make sure that you're ready to move on to the more advanced coursework. Then we look at your business core courses. And we said you got to take 3 different courses out of 3 different areas. But we give you 12 different areas to choose from. So if you're interested in statistics and strategy and international business, you get to pick one class from each of those things. So again, we're really allowing you to curate your path through the program and hopefully build something that you're interested in and that aligns with that career goal that you have at the end of the day. So you may be interested in all the electives. As I said before, we have 60 options in those 7 different tracks. We really want you to personalize your proficiency or personalize your experience rather. And you can choose that technical proficiency. You can choose practical application. You really get to build and curate your way through this. On top of that, as our students are working through their degree, many of them find out as a happy coincidence that they're pretty close to finishing a graduate certificate as well. So we really worked hard to try to front load this certificate information for our students because we offer at the Jindal School a slew of graduate certificates, which are an extra credential that really help you validate to potential employers that you know what you say you know. These certificates can be in an area of interest. They're usually focused on business analytics or cybersecurity. We just added a few new ones as well based on student interest. But really, at the end of the day, to summarize them, all of the classes that are part of these certificate programs are a subset of the ITM degree. So if you're really interested in one of these certificates or micro-credentials, we encourage all of our students to apply to those programs early, and then you ultimately end up finishing them as a natural course of your progression through the degree plan. So if those things are of interest to you as a prospective student coming in, we have all kinds of information on the process and the steps you need to complete to make sure that you can do that seamlessly as part of your degree plan. So let's talk a little bit about admissions, and then we're almost done with the slides, and we'll open it up to address any questions that you guys may have. Hopefully by now, you've maybe looked at the applications page or the admissions page, but we like to just roll this up in a little summary so that you can see that it's not as daunting as it may appear, right? We do have a small application fee that's part of the application process. You're required to have all of your previous degree transcripts or certificates. Unofficial is okay at this point. You'll need letters of recommendation. 3 are required. We ask that one of them is professional. So that comes from on a job that you've worked or something like that. And then you have to write a personal statement of why you're interested in the ICM program and UTD specifically. What are your career goals? How do you plan to map the degree to your career? And then we also ask for a resume, and we provide you a career management template that will help you draft that if you need assistance. So really, those are the things that you need to submit in order to apply. The school itself has rolling admissions, so although we have application deadlines, once you submit an application, the admissions team works very diligently to process your documentation and get you a decision as soon as possible. So whenever in the course of the academic year you submit your application, it will be looked at and a decision rendered back to you, usually within 4 to 6 weeks. If you're thinking about, gosh, I need to retake that GMAT or GRE because the first time I did it, maybe I didn't do so well, or I've never taken this test before and I need to schedule that and pay for it, you're kind of in luck. GMATs and GRE are now optional for your admissions process, but if you have taken them and your scores are current within the last 6 years and you feel like that's going to enhance your application package, go ahead and submit that and we'll take a look at those scores as well. We have an English proficiency requirement for our international students, but we do have a multitude of ways that you can be exempt from that proficiency exam, and we've linked those for you in the slide deck so that you can go take a look at them. But if you have any questions on that, you more than welcome to ask them. Again, here are our deadlines, but as we talked about, there are rolling applications. You want to do your best to try to adhere to the deadlines, but as soon as you complete your application, it will be considered. Then naturally, our students will ask about, well, we want to know how much it's going to cost to attend UTD. Well, our Bursar's office does a really great job of putting some tools out there that will help you estimate the expenses. And they give you all kinds of drop-down choices for you to select, and then estimate what your tuition and fees will be. And they're usually really very close. So I would highly encourage you to go and use that tuition calculator. And if something doesn't make sense, the Bursar's office is also really great about answering questions. Marianne and I can help you walk through that tool. But as far as detailed questions go, or financial aid goes, it really is best to talk about those with the Bursar's office because there are a lot of different complexities in figuring out your exact tuition and your exact fees, and we want to make sure you get the best answer possible, but we can certainly help guide you through it. Some additional resources that might be important to you. A lot of our students want to know about scholarships and how they can apply and how they can qualify for them. We try to really make it very simple at the Jindal School. We have 2 scholarships available. One is the Dean's Excellence Scholarship that is for continuing students, and one is the Program Excellence Scholarship, which is relevant to our new students that will be joining us on the call. You simply apply by the deadline. There is no GMAT or GRE requirement, and then your application will be received, and the scholarship committee will review all applications and make decisions on awards within a month or so before the start of the semester. So I believe the application is open now for spring. I can't verify that because I don't want to flip from this screen to the other screen just yet, but we'll find out for sure and see if that's open for you. Maybe Rishab or Shabani can go over to the scholarship page and see if that spring 26 application is open for us. But we really do try to make it easy. And then, our students will often ask us, well, what do I need? What should I have on my application to be more competitive for a scholarship? Really, we are looking for, GPA, we're looking for need-based. those are the things that we're looking at. So the scholarship committee will take your application and look at you very holistically. And pretty much we do that with every new incoming student. And then they make as many awards as they can. So it is a committee-based decision. And if there's anything else that we can share with you when you're applying, we sure will. Naturally, after the scholarship question is, well, if I don't get a scholarship, what about jobs on campus? We do have TA positions and we do have on-campus jobs available. The one caveat about a TA position is you have to complete a full semester before we allow you to apply. But after your first semester, we do allow you to apply. We encourage you to apply. Again, there's another committee that makes those decisions on who gets TA roles or who is offered TA roles. And that's all about GPA and match with the professor in the class. The other important thing to know is that you can't have a TA-ship and a scholarship at the same time. You have to choose one or the other. And then if you're interested in on-campus jobs, we do have a portal called Handshake that every student is allowed to search and explore, and we encourage you to apply for any positions that you see that are available that are a good fit for you. Typically, students work between 5 and 15 hours a week on those on-campus jobs. Sometimes you can only work up to 20. So we also encourage you to make sure you're finding a balance between your academic work and your employment and your activities that you're hopefully participating in to experience life here at UTD. We offer many mentorship programs through the ITM program. We have faculty mentorship where you can choose a faculty member for the semester. We also have peer mentors where, a student in SLC, we have a mentorship program that they'll reach out to you at once the beginning of the semester and check in on you, and then they'll reach out to you again in the middle of the semester just to make sure you're doing well. But you can reach out to those peer mentors anytime you want when you have a question. Of course, Marianne and I are always available for questions. In addition to that, we've started an alumni match program where this semester we'll be matching really highly engaged alumni with students in the program to help you in that regard as well. So those deep alumni connection, they run very deep. Our students tend to want to stay involved in the program and help the next batch of students that are going through. So there's any number of ways for you to receive that mentorship in the program. And lastly, if you're not familiar with the DFW area, we're in a very unique position in industry. When you talk about the East Coast and you think about finance being a heavy industry out there, and then you talk about the West Coast and you think about the industries available there, we're a unique hub where lots of different industries come together and meet, whether it's tech, whether it's energy, whether it's finance. The DFW area really is one of the top areas for a lot of major Fortune 500 companies. And we're really fun. We're culturally diverse. There's a lot of things for you to do here on campus, a lot of things to do in the surrounding area, and a really good place for you to network and begin your career. So I know a lot of us talk about the weather here in Texas. If you can overcome that, then there's always all kinds of things for you to do and enjoy yourself. And to help you take advantage of being in the DFW area, we have an amazing career support center that just really does a superb job helping you with networking skills, professionalism skills, taking advantage of those leads and opportunities, and really just building yourself personally to get ready to move on to that next step. So at this point in time, I don't want to leave out student organizations because they're an important part of your experience here. But I've been talking now for about 10 or 15 minutes. And since we're such a small group, I just want to go ahead and get into answering your questions. But I got to figure out how to stop sharing this online PowerPoint, which I think I just successfully did. So that worked out all right. That wasn't so bad. Even though we had a little bit of technical difficulty, we got through that. So I see that we did have at least a couple more students join. But again, since we do have a small group, this can just be a very informal discussion. So at this point in time, I'll just say we're so glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. Now that we've talked through a little bit about the program and given you some details, what questions do you have for us? How can we help you? Just raise your hand or pop in and say, hey.
Hi, so for the AI specialization track, you said that was something that would be added. So if
Mhm.
because I am planning to apply for spring 2026, I'm just already started my application, just waiting on some last rec letters and finishing up my statement, things like that. So would those classes be available starting maybe the next fall?
They'll be available already. So
Oh, okay.
a little bit more about this track. What we're doing is all of our programs in JSOM have had a focus on staying relevant and current with
Mm-hmm.
industry trends and topics. So we have a lot of new courses that have been offered that are focusing on AI. And so what we're doing in the ITM program is we're curating those from specific programs and taking that with our new courses that are AI relevant, and we're combining them in a track. So it's essentially an elective from other programs that you'd be able to take as part of your degree, which you can already do, as a matter of fact, because 2 of your 6 electives you can already take from any other program in JSOM. So we're trying to just make that another option for you. So it'll be AI in marketing, AI in finance, AI in healthcare management. So you'll have options from all of those different industries that relate to ITM and relate to AI. So that's the long answer to say yes, they will be
Okay.
available for you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You bet. Don't be shy, guys. If you have questions or a comment, just pop right on.
Yes, thank you. Yes, this is Collins, and I'm glad to be here. Sorry, I joined in late, but I just have a quick one.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I'm already at JSON and pursuing another course, another program that is a Masters of Business Analytics. And after thorough review, I was advised I could be able to switch to ITM. I have a background in with a Bachelor's of Commerce for my undergrad, and for my past experience, I've been more into administration. Yes, been dealing with operations and finance and something like that sort. Yeah, so when I joined my current program, Business Analytics, I realized it's more of a into technical bit of it with the programming and all that. Yeah, so when I checked in with the advisors, they were like maybe you could consider doing ITM. Yeah, so my question is how best can I be able to do that as soon as possible to join to ITM so that at least it can align with my experience and background. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So the actual change of program is fairly straightforward and simple. It's literally a form that you fill out and submit to advising. It usually becomes effective the following semester. So Collins, what semester are you in your MSBA program?
Yes, right now I'm in fall
Is
2025,
this your first semester or your second semester?
first semester.
First semester. Okay. So now is a great time if you're thinking about changing to submit the form and change for next semester, because likely the classes that you're taking this semester would still be applicable to the ITM degree, and you wouldn't have to you wouldn't have paid for a class that's not going to apply. So it is a very straightforward form. Advising can provide that form to you, and then it gets processed, and it usually takes a while for it to get processed, and then you would be able to change for the following semester.
Okay. Yeah, so what I'm getting here is to basically to just fill the form, then I can signing it, put it in as soon as possible, right?
Yeah, so for me, it's advising has an automatic approval from me for allowing students to change from a STEM-based degree into our degree. So as long as you're doing well in your classes and you do well this semester, there would be no reason that we wouldn't allow you to change. My only concern would be that you haven't taken some, if you just can you tell me what classes you're currently enrolled in?
Yeah, so currently I'm doing database management as one of the
Okay.
core courses, and I'm also doing strategic leadership,
Mhm.
one of the electives, and I also have two prerequisites, that is quantitative foundations of business and uh, professional involvement.
Okay, so though, except for the prerequisite, all of those classes can be applied to your ITM degree plan. So that would be my only concern. I wouldn't want you to have gotten so far into a degree that there would be things that we couldn't transfer and apply. So I think you're in good shape. As long as you do well in your classes, you should be just fine to go ahead and submit that form, and advising will help you through that process.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I look
You're
forward
welcome.
to it.
Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Zenith, and first I would like to start with the fact that I'm really glad I joined this meeting. I think University of Dallas rather, is the first school that throughout my research as an international student that I have seen that offers digital product management as a path. And I'm really interested in that. I've been doing a whole lot of research, and I'm glad that I finally found a school that would be able to do that. However, my first question was in relations to the inclusion of AI. So I would like to know when particularly there would be a part, just like I can't remember, Sata asked earlier, but I'm more concerned about when the courses or the parts rather will be curated for AI product management. So I'm very much concerned about that. That's my first question. And then secondly, I would like to know about payment plan for tuition. Is the tuition for the School of Management paid yearly, or is it paid per semester?
Okay, so what I heard, Zenith, both of your questions, one is related to AI and product management, and the second is related to tuition. So I'll start with the AI question first. So I was answering the AI path question earlier about a new track that we'll be offering, but I want to clarify that all of our courses have gone through a huge revamp where all of our instructors have added AI components where applicable. And specifically in digital product management, we've added quite a lot of AI components. So many of those components are baked in already into the coursework that we offer. And Dr. Bose is leading the forefront in that. He teaches our Foundations of Digital Product Management course. So I want to reassure you that AI is at the forefront of our thought process, and all of our staff and faculty are looking for ways to incorporate that into our coursework and have incorporated it into our coursework. UTD is on the cutting edge of everything. And so we are continually looking at what is new in industry, what is current in industry, and our instructors are updating that curriculum and content every semester. So you are going to be able to experience that as part of the product management track. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you found us. And, we also just launched a product management graduate certificate that you'll be able to earn in addition to your degree. So I'm excited for you that you found us, and that you'll be able to join us and and be able to study what it is that you're interested in studying. So your question on tuition is charged by semester. But the bursar's office does have payment plans available, and things like that that you can sign up for or work with the Bursar's office and financial aid to help even out the costs, if you will, or even out your payments, if you will. But we do charge tuition by semester. Did that answer
Okay.
your questions?
Yeah, you did. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate. One more question I have is in regards to graduate assistantship, and I know you've already spoken about that. You mentioned that at the School of Management, you'd have to complete one semester first before you're being able to be considered for teaching assistantship or whatever the case may be, just to show that you meet up the certain GPA requirements needed. So my question is, when you have successfully completed one semester, because in my undergrad degree, I studied computer science for undergrad, and now I'm more interested in pivoting towards IT management specifically. So when I was in my undergraduate degree, I was a teaching assistant, and I would like to do that as well for my graduate degree. So my question is, from the subsequent semesters after the first one that would be used to kind of gauge the students' capacity in terms of educational performance, I would want to understand what else are other requirements that would be considered by the graduate school to offer teaching assistantships to international students.
Okay. Thank you for that question. I do want to clarify that we don't ask for the first semester to be completed just to ascertain your GPA requirements or your academic prowess. We also have that in place because a lot of our students are international students and they've just moved here. We want to make sure that you have enough time to adjust and get to know instructors and become accustomed to the graduate level work in JSOM. So there are a lot of other considerations that go into that one semester requirement other than just GPA. But after that, once you apply for a TA position, we are looking at several different factors. We're looking at GPA, one, how did you do in all of your classes? We're looking at how did you do in the class that you maybe assigned a TA role. So if you took object-oriented programming and you got an A+ in object-oriented programming and you've built a relationship with that professor, then you might be a really great match to TA for that class. And then other factors we're looking for are you involved in the JSOM community in some way? Are you part of a club? Are you going to events? Are you already peer tutoring people in your classes? So we're really looking at that community engagement as well. And then the committee looks at all of those things. They look at your GPA, they look at your involvement in the JSOM community, and they look at the match between you and the professor, and they assign those roles. So hopefully that helps answer your question.
Yeah, that very much does. And sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So one other thing I was concerned about was actually I'd already started getting prepared to take, like, to register and take the GRE, just because I did not know it wasn't a requirement for the graduate admission. I'd assumed because it was a management program that would be required. However, I just want you to reiterate so I can be rest assured that I do not have to take the GRE anymore.
GRE are optional for your application of admissions. However, currently, the GRE and GMAT are required to apply for the Dean's Excellent Scholarship, which is the continuing student scholarship. So say you apply for the program, you're admitted, you come your first semester and you go, hey, I want to apply for this scholarship next semester. You would be required to submit your GRE and GMAT scores at that time for that scholarship application, but you do not need to submit those test scores for your admissions application.
Oh, okay, thank you. You mentioned the Dean's Excellent Scholarship is the one that's reoccurring. That's for existing students. Which was the one you mentioned that is applied for incoming students?
That is the Program Excellence Scholarship. And I believe that in the chat, we confirmed if it was open or not. I need to scroll down a little bit. It's
Yes.
open for spring 26. Yes. So that is the new students application.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. This meeting was highly appreciated. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm glad you joined us. Are there any other questions from our prospective students here today? Because we would love to answer anything that you need. No, Collins, we're feeling good.
I think, yeah, you pretty much answered everything. Like I had said, I kind of already started my application. Really quick though, how long should the personal statement be? I know typically it's like 500 to 7 words is from other programs I've applied to.
Mhm.
Oh.
There is, as far as I'm aware, there is no length requirement.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just encourage you to tell us. Really, when I'm reading those personal essays, I really want to learn a little bit about you and what is interesting to you and what you are hoping to do with this ITM degree and what your career goals are. So I'm hesitant to tell you a length, but a good page or so would
Mm-hmm.
be sufficient.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Real
Well, if
quick,
you guys, yeah, go
I
ahead.
just want to add two things. One, I don't know if you saw my post in the chat, but the scholarship deadline for spring 2026 is December 1st. So just be aware of that. Second, we did record this, so you will receive an email with a link to the recording. I know some people had to join late. We'll also post it on YouTube.
Mhm.
That's it.
All right. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions, then I will just say thank you so much for joining us today. It's always a great day when we get a chance to talk to students. And if after this call you have some questions or you need some clarification on anything, you are more than welcome to reach out to us at any time. You're also welcome to reach out to our students that are on the call with us today. And we will get you, if we don't know the answer, we will help you get pointed in the right direction. So we are just so thrilled that you're here with us today and that you're considering joining UTD in the ITM program. So if there's anything else that we can do for you along the way, again, please don't hesitate to reach out. And other than that, have a great day, and we hope to see you on campus sometime soon. All right?
Bye, thank you.
Bye,
Okay, thank you
guys.
so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You
Thank you.
too. Bye, Colin. See you soon.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.